Right, Halia College math students, we're going to start talking capacity. And in order to determine capacity, we need to calculate volume. But I just want to explain how we get the table on page 12 of your book, which talks about the conversions between volume to capacity. Now, I just want you to imagine, I've got this shape over here, okay, this one I'm talking about here, a little box, a cube, which has dimensions of 1 centimetre, so 1 centimetre wide, 1 long and 1 high. Now, to find the volume of that, well, we go 1 centimetre by 1 by 1, which gives us 1 cubic centimetre. Now, if you can visualise what that little 1 by 1 by 1 block looks like, well, that is 1 millilitre of volume. It converts directly. So cubic centimetres convert directly into millilitres. If you've got 50 cc's, 50 cubic centimetres, that is equal to 50 mils, 50 millilitres. So it's a 1-to-1 conversion, which is really easy. And that's all the whole idea of the metric system throughout units of length, volume, capacity. The idea is that it's easy to use, unlike the imperial system. Now, not all the conversions are 1-to-1, but they're relatively manageable. Let's go to a bigger size box or cube, 10 by 10 by 10. Okay, so the volume of this one, well, 10 by 10 by 10 is 1,000 cubic centimetres. Okay, now that's 1,000 times as many cubic centimetres as we had for that smaller box there. We know that this is definitely 1,000 millilitres because it's a 1-to-1 conversion. 1,000 cubic centimetres is equivalent to 1,000 millilitres. Now, 1,000 mils of, say, liquid, like 1,000 mils, 1,000 mils of milk, what's that in litres? Does it ring a bell? Well, maybe you remember that this is exactly the same as 1 litre. So if you want to visualise a litre, like a carton of milk, which is 1 litre, well, it's also the same as a cube, which has dimensions of 10 by 10 by 10 centimetres. Now, sometimes we like to deal, or we need to deal with really large volumes of water, much larger, or volumes of liquids rather, in particular in Tasmania, water, because we run a lot of our energy off hydroelectricity, or our electrical energy comes from hydroelectricity. Let's look at a big box, which is 1 metre, big cube, 1 metre by 1 metre by 1 metre. 1 metre is 100 centimetres. Righto, so the volume of this in cubic centimetres is 100 by 100 by 100, which gives us how many? Work it out. One million. Cubic centimetres. That's interesting. So this box would be it's 1 million millilitres. Yeah. Now, what about if we were to do this volume rather than in cubic centimetres, we did it in cubic metres? Well, it's just 1 by 1 by 1, which is 1 cubic metre. So 1 cubic metre is equivalent to 1,000 millilitres. How many litres is this? See if maybe you want to pause the video and see if you can figure out how many litres this is. Okay, well, to get the number of litres, we would divide the number of millilitres by 1,000, because that's how many millilitres there are in a litre. So we get rid of those 3 zeros. This is equal to 1,000 litres. So 1 cubic metre is equivalent to 1,000 litres, or 1 million millilitres. Now we can go even further than that and talk about kilolitres and megalitres, but we'll leave it at this for now and we'll try the examples. Okay, so let's have a look at our examples here. For capacity, I'm going to go ahead here. Here we go. Here's that table I was talking about. So the direct conversion, really convenient. 1 cubic centimetre is 1 millilitre. 1,000 of those is 1 litre. A cubic metre is 1,000 litres, or 1 kilolitre, just like a kilometre. 1,000 metres is 1 kilometre. 1,000 litres is 1 kilolitre. And we can even go further than that. 1,000 cubic metres is a megalitre, which, well, that's a lot. That would be, if you could imagine a cube that is 10 metres by 10 metres on the ground and then 10 metres high. So that's a lot of water if you were to fill something like that. What's also really interesting is that these convert directly. So if we're talking the weight, or the mass rather, this is scientifically incorrect. That should say mass. All right, change that in the book too. That's not right. But the mass of water, 1 millilitre is 1 gram. And we know that 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. Well, that's a litre of water. So if you have a litre of water, it weighs 1 kilogram, and a litre of milk will weigh about 1 kilogram too. So you could weigh a litre of milk in a carton at home and it would be close to a kilogram. It would be slightly different. See if you can figure out why that is. I'll leave that one with you. It wouldn't weigh, if you weighed a litre carton of milk, be close to 1 kilogram, but not quite. So I'll leave you to think about why that is and discuss it with me later if you like. Anyway, so yeah, the mass of water converts directly as well with these capacities. But more to the point for now, we want to find the capacity of these containers. So let's start with this kind of upside down pyramid over here. Now, the first step in determining capacity is to find volume. So we're going to find the volume of this upside down pyramid, and you may recall from your study of volume that to get the volume of a pyramid, it's 1/3 times the area of the base. So in this case, even though that base is open, that square base there is 28 by 28. And then we multiply it by the height, 50 centimetres. Okay, so that gives us a total of 13,066.67 cubic centimetres. Now that is exactly the same in mils. So what we're asked for though is this to be in litres. So to convert this cubic centimetres or millilitres, exactly the same because it's 1-to-1. What do we do? Well, you might want to pause the video and see if you can figure it out, and then I'll do it in just a moment. Okay, so what we need to do 1 cubic centimetre is 1 milliliter. 1,000 cubic centimetres is 1 litre. So we need to divide this by 1,000. And that gives us 13.06667 litres. Or you could say 13.07 if you liked. Okay, so 13 and a little bit litres for the upside down pyramid. Now, armed with this knowledge, perhaps you'd like to pause the video and try this hemisphere on your own. See if you can get the capacity of that in litres as well. Then I'll give it a go. Okay, I'll try it now. So first thing, volume. So for a hemisphere, it's 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. Now, of course, that would give us the full hemisphere. So we need to divide this answer by 2. And that gives us 7,068.58 cubic centimetres. What do we do next? That's right, we need to divide this by 1,000 to put it into litres. That's what they want. If this was asked for in millilitres, we're pretty much done. We just write down the same number with millilitres for the units. But they want litres. So it's 7.06858 litres. Or you could say 7.07. Go ahead and try some capacity questions on your own now.